Okay folks, welcome to another MCM Outdoor Show video. This is a quick introduction just to show you some of the kit that I've got for our next adventure, which is going to be a bushcraft type camp. We've never done anything like that before, so it's going to be very much trial and error just to see how it goes. We're looking forward to it. Going with my cousin Matthew, who's obviously one half of the M in our name, so we'll be arriving tomorrow, but I thought I'd just make a quick introduction just to show some of the stuff we're taking. Like I say, we've never done it before, so it'll be trial and error as to what works and what doesn't. But in a nutshell, this is what we've got, or this is what I've got. There's a Swedish Army LK35 rucksack, which I got from a place called Military Mart, which is in Ormskirk. It's ex-issue, although looking at this one I don't think it's ever been issued. £17.50 this was, which is great. It's 35 litre, it's got a metal frame, there's loads of stuff on the internet about them. Pretty much bomb proof really. I don't want to go and take one of my expensive climbing bags out to the woods, so I've got this, for the sake of £17.50. I don't really care what happens to it, but there's all sorts of different mods you can do to it. Great bit of kit. It's got some webbing loops here for an axe or an ice axe. I don't really know what the reason for it is, but it's basically axe loops on the back there, which should probably come in handy for us for firewood and things like that. Like a little metal toggle for tightening the top up there. Basic, but it's going to do the job. So in terms of packs, that's what I've got. Moving on, we've got a hammock. I want to buy a DD Frontline hammock at some stage, but this is what I've got. Got this off my sister, so it's free, and there's no point buying something else while this does the job. So that's fine. Hammock sorted. Got a Thermarest Neoware sleeping mat, which again, I think this was about £100. I got this a couple of years ago. I don't know how much they are now. This is a large version, so this is going to go underneath the 2 layers of material in the hammock to insulate from the cold. We've got a DD Solo tarp, which is of course going to keep the elements out. If it rains, that'll be strung up above the hammock. 3 metre by 2 metre. Load of different guy lines there for different pitching options and stuff like that. But again, loads of information about these on the internet. Everyone's got them, and by all accounts they do a great job. It's fairly heavy, it's 490 grams, and it's heavier than that because I've got a load of extra pegs in there and guy lines. But good bit of kit again. We've got for cooking, we're going to do some cooking on an open fire, but as an addition, stroke backup, because it's our first one and that might go horribly wrong, we've got an MSR. I've got an MSR pocket rocket stove. I've had this for about 10 years now. Again, if you're into your outdoors, climbing, camping, all that, you'll know about this stove. Light, and does what it says on the tin. Really powerful. Not good for simmering, not good for flame control, but really light, packs down into a small little carry case. Berghaus double walled insulated mug. Won't be needing to keep anything warm because there's only probably going to be beer and wine in that. We've got some cheap ceramic coated cookware, again from Military Mart, £2.30. That's all we're going to need. The infamous spork by Light My Fire, and just an extra fork there. We've got some for the hammock setup options. We've got some whoopee slings. I don't really know how these work, so I'm doing a bit of research online before I go tomorrow, but by all accounts they make adjusting your hammock a lot easier. So got them. Some tree huggers, for again attaching your hammock to the trees, doesn't damage the bark. It's a lot easier to use that. And we've got a fire steel so that'll be used for hopefully getting a bit of a fire going, if we can get some firewood collected. And all I've got in these 2 dry bags are a Van Gogh Viper sleeping bag. It's down, pack's really light, pack's really small even, but you know, it's not the lightest, but I don't really mind. And we've got in another dry bag pillow, little inflatable pillow, and all that is light. And some more dry bags. Again, I know it's cheating and frowned upon, but yeah, we've got some matches just in case. And a little self-sealing gas cartridge for the pocket rocket. So all in all, that is the kit. That's what we're going to be using. We're going tomorrow, so the plan is Matthew's going to come round and we're going to walk out, go into our local town and pick up some food from the butchers. We're going to get a load of meat and try and cook that on the open fire. Get a few beers, maybe a bottle of wine to share, and then we're just going to walk out to our location and get the tarp set up and just basically chill out. So, right, the day of the forest camp's arrived. Matt's here and he's got his kit, so we'll just go over what he's got. Have a look at all this, Matt.
Okay, so bit of a quick setup this morning. Throwing everything in the bag, so I've got it back out now just to make sure I've got everything. The one crucial thing that's missing is a hammock. I've got which we're going to need for a hammock camp. I've been using one of these in the past, which is the Geller mini hammock. It's fine for me. I'm 5'7". Not fine for you. I think we'll find it's not that comfortable, if I'm honest, because it's like a mesh, so it's like a net, so your fingers get stuck in it and things like this. So I've brought it to set it up and either use it as a gear stash, or alternatively, if we can't find one now, obviously it's a backup, so we'll chuck that in. Good old tarp, seen us through some nights.
Yeah.
This one here, so
massive.
It's a massive tarp, and it's actually lighter than my army poncho tarp.
Yeah.
So just brought that and some pegs. Not brought any poles obviously because I'm not going to need them. Small sleeping bag. It's going to be quite warm tonight, so for me it takes up the most of the room, the sleeping bag. So I started packing my heavier one, threw it away, got the light one. Comfort. It's a travel pillow. It's just it's my little comfort extra. We've got a small 3/4 sleeping mat because if I'm on that hammock, I can put this in at the bottom, and then obviously it'll stop it being as uncomfortable. Alternatively, in the DD hammocks, you've got a DD hammock, haven't you?
No, it's just an unbranded one, but I know what you mean. You can put it between the layers to insulate from the cold.
So that's an option. We've got bivvy bag. Again, if I end up in that one, I'm going to want a little bit of protection from moisture, so the bivvy bag's in there. There's a bit of a ride. That's reading that. So what we've got here, because we're planning on cooking over an open fire, obviously we've got the Swedish Trangia stove, which can be used to dangle over a fire, so we'll consider cooking rice or something in that later. And obviously inside of it you've got quite a good bit of room for some stuff. So we've got, I have to bring this, the Uco mini candle lantern, which is definitely going to be getting used later. Classic. We've got the fire steel, we've got a support for the pocket rocket, which is another backup.
Yeah.
Shove it in there. Do you want to get the pocket rocket out?
MSR pocket rocket, just like mine. I've brought mine really, but I'm just going to cook mine on there.
I think we
Billy camp, classic stove, as I mentioned yesterday. Everyone who knows about the outdoors knows about this bit of kit.
A superb bit of kit. Really small, really light.
Powerful, isn't it?
It's great in wind as well. My knife is an unbranded, it's a Canadian knife I got from some Canadian family, made out of some beer barrels. Sharp as anything, and if you didn't have the antique axe, you could potentially use that to chop wood, but I'd rather not because I don't want to wreck it and I quite like it. We'll be using that for chopping up vegetables later, I would have thought.
Axe,
Anti-cax.
We're not going to be walking around the shops with this, so we're probably liable to be arrested.
Absolutely.
To be fair, so we're going to have to stash this somewhere. But this will be for getting bits and bobs of firewood.
Not seen this before, have you?
Yeah, that actually looks like a controlled drug, but it's not.
It's not a controlled drug. It's actually, I saw a life hack last week. So you can start a fire with the lint out of your tumble dryer. So I've just pulled this out of the tumble dryer. It's just bits of like woolen cardigan and stuff, and strike a spark in it. I've tried it in the house the other day.
And we've got some power back here, have we?
Essential nowadays, the solar one.
Solar charger, Silvercrest solar charger. Never seen that before. Is it fully charged? Is it?
Fully charged, and if you look at it, it's picking up the sun now.
Very good. Yeah. So
that's a little lot.
that's about it. So the plan is we're going to nip to an outdoor shop, just pick up a few last minute bits of kit, and then we're going to head out, and all the next bits of film are all going to be done on the GoPro. So there's nothing else to add, is there?
Nothing else to add. Weather's absolutely brilliant, and it should remain brilliant. So
right,
let's get out.